me likey this at me, Darius. Death, Puss in Boots vs. Bowser Mario movie vs. Spot Spider-Verse. 3 villains from 3 of the best recent animated movies. Who do you got winning in a free-for-all? Oh, thank you for asking that. This is a great question. You could say they are the top 3 from last year. Now let's get straight into this. Sorry, Bowser, but you're out first. As much as I like you, part of my childhood, you're a strong, great character, very capable. You're not going to be able to beat literal Death and a multiversal being. Now, if you were to fight Death, even if you were to be a better fighter, better combat, better skill, and that you could beat Death in a 1v1 fight, either the fight has to last forever, or eventually Death will get you. And if you fight the Spot, he'll just throw you in a different dimension or universe, and yeah, game over. Now we got Death, which Death is not only his name. It's not metaphorically or any other fancy way. He's literally Death itself. How do you kill Death? You cannot escape Death. He will be anywhere. He can appear anywhere. He will find you no matter what. So how do you beat someone like Death, huh? If you can't beat him in a fight? Well, even if you are a character that can beat him in a fight and you're physically stronger and faster and everything better, or somehow be able to kill him, he'll just reappear again, right? Either in his wolf form, or because he's Death itself, he's not like a real character in terms of like Puss in Boots with real lives. So either he could just reappear as a wolf again, or possibly any other animal or anything. We'll get back to Death. Now let's talk about the Spot that is now a multiversal villain that could travel to any universe he wants through the holes in his body, or he could form a hole that he wants. I mean, he did say that he has the multiverse at the palms of his hands. Oh, so how do you defeat or kill someone like this? Well, from what we know, you can't. If you're fighting him, either he could just escape quickly, or he'll just throw you in one of the universe or dimensions, and then how are you going to escape? And then there, it's over. And it's not that he could just travel to any universe he wants or world or whatever, is that he could cause a lot of damage, if not destroy worlds. So you better be careful with this guy. Unless he runs out of spots, which happened at one point in Across the Spider-Verse, but with the way the movie ended, I don't think that would happen again. But if for some reason he doesn't have any more spots, then you could possibly attack him and try and stop him. But I don't remember a scene from Across the Spider-Verse of his skin being able to be penetrated by anything. I mean, he took hits from Miles and debris, and his body looked fine after. If you could try and catch him off guard or somehow stab or cut his head off, would he just be able to regenerate or reform, or I don't know. Now back to Death. If the Spot is gonna fight Death, is Death only like able to be accessed or form in the one universe that Puss in Boots is? Or can he go reform anywhere else as Death? I mean, can the Spot like somehow trap him in a different universe or dimension, and then if Death can't escape somehow, then that's one way? We know that Death is the way better fighter, more skilled, better in combat, that if they were to fight on a 1v1 and the Spot wasn't able to travel or go to different universes, that Death would win. I guess maybe one way you're able to stop the Spot is if you remember Infinity Ultron, how he's able to travel to different universes and he wanted to conquer them all, right? But if you remember in What If Season 1, the Watcher and Supreme Strange were able to put Infinity Ultron and Killmonger in a pocket dimension. But this doesn't guarantee that the villains won't escape, and if you try to do this to the Spot, well, it's going to be hard to keep him because he's got universes that are part of him, so he could just escape from one of the holes in his body, which is such a big advantage because he could escape from anything. Speaking of the Spot, Across the Spider-Verse released exactly 1 year ago today, probably my favorite movie from last year. Oh yeah. So I'm picking the Spot to come out on top. He's just way more powerful than the other two. But that doesn't necessarily mean he could kill someone like Death, literal Death itself. I don't think you can kill Death itself. But that doesn't mean Death can also kill the Spot, because the Spot is just way too powerful, unless he could somehow die in the conventional way of just stabbing him or something. Other than that, I'm picking the Spot to come out top first, then the Death, and then Bowser's last. Sorry, Bowser. Who do you think is the best out of these three? Who comes out at the best, or in a free-for-all, who wins?